And now joining me, we have Suzanne Thompson, and she has come to talk with us about the Race to Civility, which is actually coming up this Saturday. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Now, talk with our viewers a little bit about what this event is.
Well, the Friends of the Library, one of our arms is the High Country Festival of the Book, which is in June. This year it'll be our third book festival. It'll be held at the library in the Jones House on June 27th and 28th. We decided that it would be kind of fun to do author events throughout the year as kind of a warm-up to this. The Race to Civility is in celebration of 50 years of the Civil Rights Act. Our authors who are coming in, Deborah Johnson. I'd read her book. The Penguin had sent me an advanced reading copy. And this book just grabbed me. And I contacted them and I said, we need to get this lady here. And her book just came out, so she's on a book tour, so we just grabbed her for this month. It's called The Secret of Magic. Magic is actually a place. It's not like sleight of hand. And the book was written right after World War II.
Okay. She
is from Mississippi. The book takes place in Mississippi. I won't go into the whole book. You'll have to read it on your own. It talks about sort of the early days of not really civil rights exactly, but kind of the relationships between blacks and whites in the South primarily.
Right.
The other author that we have coming is Ed Williams, who just retired from the Charlotte Observer from their editorial board. He has a book coming out not till March, but we've got him coming anyway, a little bit early. We'll take pre-orders for his book. It's called Liberating Dixie, and he also is from Mississippi, but as opposed to Deborah, he's white and has a different kind of a take on things, although he was there in Mississippi during desegregation and wrote a lot about that at that time. So it'll be really interesting, I think. We are doing this actually not at the Watauga County Public Library, but at the Belk Library.
Okay.
We're doing this along with their Friends of the Library, and the Junaluska Historical Association has also joined us in this event. It starts at 10 o'clock in the morning. We're going to give the authors some time to talk about their books from 10 till noon. We'll have book signings. The Appalachian State University Bookstore will be there selling her book. She also has another book called The Air Between Us,
okay,
which takes place during the Civil Rights time, and taking pre-orders for Ed Williams's book. And then we're going to have lunch. It's being catered by the Farm Cafe. And then afterwards, we're having a panel discussion about civil rights and relationships between blacks and whites, which is still kind of, you know, messy kind of thing still going today. And this is going to be moderated by Dr. Michael Wade, who is in the history department at ASU. And one of the other panelists who's joining us is Dr. James Ivory, who is in the English department. This is $10 we're asking to cover the lunch. It'll be held in room 421, which is on the 4th floor of the Belk Library. And I'm really looking forward to this. But you can buy your tickets at the Watauga County Public Library, and we'd like you to get them as soon as possible so we can let the Farm Cafe know. Got a little bit of wiggle room on that, but I'd like to be able to give them a number by tomorrow night. So if you guys can get out while the weather's nice, go to the library and buy your tickets. This is, I don't think there'll be much money left over from this. This is really not a fundraiser. This is more kind of a really good thing to do. Kind of be a lot of fun, and I think I'm looking forward to it, actually, to tell you the truth. I really am.
Yeah.
And I also, we've got about 5 authors who are lined up so far for our event in June, which we'll talk a little bit about on Saturday, and I've got some flyers and stuff to pass out. Our website is www.highcountryfestivalofthebook.com. This year, we're having all of the adult author presentations, like Bob Inman is coming. We'll be at the Jones House, and then we're having tons of children's stuff that's going to be at the library. We're going to get a big tent, we're going to have music, we're going to have children's authors, and I'm really looking forward to that as well. So
Fantastic. Well, this sounds like a great event on Saturday and in June as well. Now, is this the first time that you guys have done the Race to Civility, or is this an annual thing?
No, that's new this year.
Okay.
That's new. Just kind of happened, really. You know, when I called the publisher and said, I'd love to have this author, and it just sort of snowballed from there.
Fantastic. So any other events leading up to the High Country Festival of the Book?
Well, every year, as you know, the Friends of the Library have their annual book sale at the mall. And I think this year it's scheduled for the weekend of the 18th. I don't have those dates, but that's generally when we do that. And we collect books all year round. Now we do have books for sale in the library. And recently, we talked the librarian into giving us some extra space. They have a copy room as you come into the library, and we're going to move that copier out of there. And I was in there yesterday cleaning out some stuff. So we're going to have more books for sale in the library, and we get a lot of really nice books. A lot of some old ones that are really nice, like, you know, antiquarian type books, and interesting, peculiar kind of books that are kind of fun, as well as some coffee table type books. Get a lot of classics, get a lot of cookbooks. Those are all very popular, and a lot of first edition, modern first editions that people are reading right now. And we sell them really cheap, and so, but the money all goes to the library.
Fantastic. Well, lots of things going on. Now, you guys have a great website. Can you remind everyone what the library's website is?
The library website is
Watauga County Library.
Watauga County Library, I would assume. Yeah, that's a good question. I'm sorry, you caught me unawares there.
No,
I know
you're fine.
the High Country Festival of the Book website.
So there's actually a separate website for the High Country Festival.
There is a separate website for the High Country Festival.
So go there for information about all of this.
There's a link from there to Google it. Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, some great events coming up. You guys always have tons of things going on. So thank you so much for coming in to talk with us.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And we will be back right after this break with more of the Mountain Television Network.